Microsoft reports third quarter earnings after the bell today. The Street is expecting 68 cents a share on sales of $20.5 billion. Joining me to preview those earnings is James Rogers from TheStreet. Welcome, James.
Thank you.
All right, so Microsoft reported 60 cents a share during the same period last year. Can they meet or beat that 68 cents that the Street is expecting?
You know, I think a lot of the expectations for Microsoft have been pretty limited. You know, we all know that there's a lot of weakness in the PC market, and I think a lot of that sentiment is kind of baked into where Microsoft's at. I think potentially, yeah, they could meet or beat because it's a lower bar now.
Well, the bar has certainly been lowered because of that poor PC sales number last week. A lot of houses on the Street lowered their estimates in their earnings. So is the bar so low that it's easy for Steve Ballmer to jump over? Because a lot of the spotlight's going to be on Steve Ballmer today. It
will, but I think a lot of people are now getting a sense for what the new Microsoft is going to be about. You know, this is its first full quarter of selling Windows 8. Now, personally, I haven't been blown away by Windows 8, but it's very, very early days for the platform. And I think we're also maybe getting a sense now for what Microsoft is going to be like in the post-PC era. And obviously, Ballmer is part of that equation, but it's a bigger picture now. We all know that the PC market is weak. The question is, what is Windows 8 going to do around tablets? What's it going to do around these other devices? And I think that's going to be key moving forward.
What other kind of windows will this earnings provide? Because a lot of people on Street are rumbling. You know, you saw what David Einhorn did over at Apple, angling and pushing them to do something with their cash. A lot of people want Microsoft to do something big, whether it be split up the company or do something with their cash, something bigger. So will we see that today in the conference call, perhaps?
I think what we're going to see is going to be a bigger focus on Microsoft's strategy. There's a lot of negative sentiment around the company, but there's a lot of positive as well. Like Robert Weinstein, a great contributor for us. You know, he was saying recently that Microsoft's got a lot of things going forward. It's a good dividend payer. You know, it's got good product diversification.
Stock is still up year to date, around 8 or 9%.
Stock is up more than nearly 8% this year. You know, it's got a lot of different profit streams. So there are good things in there. It's a question of unlocking that, and I think that is going to be a strategic thing. Whether it needs something as radical as you've just mentioned, like splitting the company up or something like that, I'm not so sure. I think there is going to be a question though of making everything move together, and potentially that could happen with Microsoft. Personally, I'm still on the sidelines with this one, but there is a lot of good there.
All right, thanks a lot, James.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for watching The Street.